corner, kind of in the middle of our wedding season, simply because life be lifing yet again for B and I. And she is kind of, we'll call it out on assignment. She's out getting more life stories that are happening to her because honestly, things keep happening to her and it's kind of funny. So what we are going to do is we have 3 episodes. So sorry. We have 3 episodes, approximately, maybe 4, for our wedding season before that's done. And then we are going to move on to the next phase of life that we are going to pick up on for all of our friend groups that we were a part of. So that being said, we are going to also pick up and we're going to start the comb. That should be started in late August is what we're going to go with. Late August for the comb. We're going to get a couple episodes done, hopefully have some updates on those stories that we find and go from there. We are also going to do a couple more Buzz episodes. We're sticking with mostly Phasmophobia. It's a game that we both know and we have untold amounts of. But we're also working with the format on our Twitch and how you see everything. So we did the first episode where you could see us. And then the second episode where it was really only my screen that you could see and it couldn't see us, but you could hear us. Technical difficulties was all that episode was. So we're working on that one. We might also do some pre-records of episodes for the Buzz and just put them out on YouTube, which is going to probably be like Hold My Bee podcast and then our like little subsection. We're working on it. Okay. It's a work in progress. Prog mess. We're a prog mess of a podcast currently. Let's see what else is happening in Crackling. Absolutely. Well, there's a lot, right? So I did this wonderful thing that kind of mimics what B did. And I didn't do it on purpose. It happens to me all the time. I locked myself out of my car. It was great. I was at work. Someone at work came to talk to me at my car. They don't ever do that. I literally put a headphone in and I walk straight in. I sit down, clocked in, and that's all my day is. Nope. This person decided they were going to come talk to me. Threw off my whole groove. The whole groove was thrown. My keys were sitting on my front seat the whole time. Being where I'm at for my job, I have an X-ray available to me. So when I couldn't find my keys, I was like, I know how to solve this. And I threw my bag in the X-ray. And I was like, oh, they're not in there. Crud. Okay, so maybe they're in one of the offices I went to. Nope. Me and my coworker went out. He goes, there they are. I was like, oh, what? On the floor? He goes, nope. On your seat. We then proceeded to get the airbag wedges where you hand pump them up and it's supposed to pop your door open. The problem is him and I were both afraid that we were going to either A, break my door, or B, they were going to pop in our faces and blind us. So we popped it open just enough to get a lovely stick. The man used the stick to open my car door. Because we were too afraid that we were going to break something. And he goes, oh, but what if I scratch it? It's like, dude, it's a fully paid off car and I have insurance. I could have called them to open this, but I knew we had the thing to do it. And that's what's happened in the past week that you guys have seen us. Be on a field mission, getting more information. She is always having something happen to her and did not disappoint on this one. I got several text messages and Snapchats from her while she was out on adventure. So we'll see how that goes next week. Next week, we are going to we haven't come up with names for these, but next week's wedding is one that I was offhandedly invited to. Wasn't meant to be invited, and suddenly I was there. And then suddenly shenanigans happened. We'll get to that. And then after that is one that I was fully invited to, and there was so much planning for. And I still ended up doing more than I needed to do. Again, we'll get there. And then the last one is a big, big one. So sorry. I had to burp. I didn't want to do it in your faces. And then we'll do another editor's corner. We'll kind of wrap things up from there and go on to the next season. That being said, please check out our store, The Swarm, on Shopify. Please help sponsor us. Most of the money actually goes to the products being made, and then it goes to us. Everything is kind of like a 21 and down. No, 21 and up, I believe, because of how much it costs to make the item from the company and then the shipping. And we get like $1 off of that. But listen, that dollar helps. So please check us out. We have keychains, phone cases, shirts, hats, muscle shirts, tank tops, hoodies, even this. We know who we are as people. B and I say it all the time, literally all the time to each other. We know who we are. We need to write it down. We know who we are as people. We're not going to judge, but we are listening so we can judge later. Okay? So please check us out. Links are in the descriptions all across. I will even have them tagged on our Instagram because we have Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. Ooh, no, we don't. I'm not doing that. I don't want to keep that streak up. Heck no. I'm too used to saying it though. We have all social media platforms except for that. We are also available wherever podcasts are available. Please give us a 5-star review wherever you listen. Pretty please. We have our poll going up for naming me and whatever my nickname is going to be. TikTok is slowly creeping up on YouTube. I believe it was 100 likes or 100 something. I wrote it down and now I lost it. But 100 on TikTok and 1,000 on YouTube because it was easier to get things on YouTube than it is on TikTok. And then I realized the world we live in and TikTok might actually surpass. So we're going to do that. We are probably going to do a couple more Buzz episodes and do some Phasma, maybe some Dead by Daylight since there's some new characters coming out. I will talk to B about that and see how she feels about it. Considering she doesn't like being hunted by a ghost in Phasma. Either way, we will catch you guys later on the next episode. I'm not drinking anything right now because it is our editor's corner. But have a shot for me. Here's to me. Here's to you. See you guys later.